Kevin Frazier said it best. It is so hard to tell who's lying, who's telling the truth, what side we should be on. It's hard, and it's making the show very, very annoying. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 25. This is Denver, The Reunion, Part 2. Cannot believe this season has been 25 episodes. Um, as always, if you guys have made it this far with me throughout the season, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed this recap, and then, as always, leave your comments down below. I feel like there's so much to talk about that happened on this reunion. I had to watch it twice because I found myself zoning out when I was watching it. I found myself just not caring about a lot of this because we don't know who's telling the truth. So we don't know if the women are exposing the men. We don't know if the men are exposing the women. We don't know. What I do know is I got sick of people crying. I'm sick of Emily crying. I'm sick of Claire crying. Lauren, I don't even know why you're upset. I'm sick of Cameron acting as if when he's in the hot seat, now he's just about to fall over from his heart condition. But when he's out and he's trying to call somebody out for lying, he's apparently in great health then. This is ridiculous. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, y'all. So we pick back up with Brendan and Emily. So Brendan said that they were in a great place. Speaking of him and Emily at the time, and a malicious rumor tore them apart. So I want to stop right there. A great place is very subjective. What I have gathered about Brennan is that Brennan was very concerned about the optics. Brennan did not, for any reason, want to come across as anything negative, right? He didn't want Emily to fully share her experience. He didn't want Emily to even hint that he was anything other than an upstanding, stand up guy, which I get it. I get it. You don't want to come on TV and have people feel or have people look at you and get pegged away that you yourself feel that you're not. That's valid. But for Brendan to think that these two people were in a good place is crazy to me. Emily said that, hey, it wasn't just one rumor, it was multiple rumors. So she then goes on to say that Brennan wanted to sleep with Lily, who is her ex best friend, who apparently was on the show, and that he DM'd one of Claire's friends. I'm gonna say this: Claire and Emily, the bosom buddies that they have become, they are feeding off of each other's energy. They are hyping each other up, and they're whatever they got going during this reunion is what has made the reunion, I think, more chaotic than it has needed to be. None of y'all want to be together. So the yelling, the screaming, the saying that you gaslit me, the saying that you gaslit me, all of this, I don't understand what it's for if none of y'all want to be together. I think it would be different, or what Cameron wants to be with Claire. I think it would be different if the couples, like, somebody was still like wanting to be with someone else, but the fact that y'all are just arguing just to be arguing is annoying. So Brendan said those are all unsubstantiated rumors. Said that Emily tried to make out with his best friend. He then goes on to say that she kissed the guy at the bar. Emily admitted it and said that the guy kissed her. That's semantics. Apparently, she did not tell Brennan right away. She said because she was scared. Brennan wants to know, if you think that I DM'd Claire's friend and all this other stuff, why didn't you bring it to me? Emily said that she did not want to believe it. If you did not believe it, Emily, why are you bringing it up now? Why? Why are you bringing it up now? So Brennan said that he wanted to say no to being married, but yes to them being friends. And I feel like what the most annoying thing about Brennan is that he's never been genuine. Brennan has never just been able to be like, you know what? I really didn't like you. I wasn't attracted to you. And so that's just what it is. He was never able to do that. And because Brennan was never able to do that, he did lead her on. He led Emily on. Whether he meant to do it maliciously or not, he indeed did lead Emily on. And I think the fact that she got led on, she did feel gaslit in this situation. She did, but I also feel like Emily is not 1,000% innocent, and I think that Emily did a lot of fugazi stuff as well that kind of made Brennan dig his heels in and not want to be honest with her. So it's okay. So Brennan said that Emily told him if he left that she would make his life a living hell. Emily does not deny this. Brennan said that Emily was negative and that her negativity would bring down that didn't help. That her negativity would bring down a lot of his energy and it would in turn cause him to feel negative. Do I believe that? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. So he said that he was just never physically attracted to her. Emily then, for whatever reason, said that she does not believe that. I'm gonna tell you this. What I think happened is that Brennan and Emily at some point had a conversation. I think that Emily might have asked Brennan, was he attracted to her? I think off camera, Brennan told her that maybe he was not. And she just could not take that. This is what they're saying happened. I think the fact that Emily, for whatever reason, feels that she is just that girl, and I mean, as you should, everybody should feel like they are that girl or that bitch or that nigga. You know, y'all should really always feel like that. We want the self esteem to self esteem, right? But I think that because Emily didn't get past that, she internalized that, and I think she probably blew up a lot of the issues with Brennan. So Emily said that she doesn't believe that because they made out every night of the honeymoon. Brennan said, no, we didn't. We made out once. Emily said he's lying. They talk about how she then told him that she was not attracted to him, said that she's an 8.5 and he's a 6. Brennan said that he should have ended the relationship week 2, and Brennan, you should have. He then said that he is now in a very happy relationship where their communication is great and they are open and honest with each other. Emily wants to meet his girlfriend so that she can tell her, hey, let me warn you about him. I hope he doesn't gaslight you. I hope he doesn't treat you the way that he treated me. Brennan feels that Emily is trying to belittle him and to make him seem like he's a literal piece of dirt. And that's why Brennan is getting upset. I'm going to say this. I don't think that Kevin had control over this reunion at all. Kevin lacked absolute control. Kevin let these people go off the deep end. They never stayed on topic with the questions. They never even gave real answers. Kevin didn't question them on anything. He didn't really push. So, what I would like to know is, and this goes out for a lot of these people that come on these shows, whether it's Love is Blind or Ready to Love or Married at First Sight or whatever, y'all come on these shows and in your packages, you are saying that the reason you came onto the show is because you've had the absolute worst luck in dating. You haven't been able to find anybody. You've done this, that, and the other, and you need an expert. You need these people. You need this process to help you find somebody. It is always crazy to me, especially Married at First Sight, when their marriage doesn't work out and their reunion is what, 3, 4, 5 months, maybe 6 months after the actual wedding, It is crazy to me that 6 months later, these people are in these serious relationships where like they are the complete opposite of what they were on the show. So Brennan said that he is open and honest in communication with his in his new relationship. When you refuse to be open and honest with Emily, to me that doesn't make sense. Could it be that he has learned from his mistakes? Sure. But I just think it's weird that you refuse to be open and honest with Emily, from what we can ascertain. You refuse to be open and honest with her, but now you're more than willing to do this with somebody else. I guess. I guess. So we then get to the guys come out to have their package. So Brendan came out immediately and said that he went through with the show because he thought of it as free matchmaking. He didn't think that this was a reality show where his entire life would be disclosed. And I'm sorry, but that is bullshit. That's bullshit. You knew what the show was about, which is why you signed up for the show. If even if you were recruited for the show, to think that you didn't do any type of research, you didn't go back and watch even an episode or two, is crazy. Why would you think that your life would not be on display? Why do you think that your life would not be broadcast when this is a show where we are following you to get married? An arranged marriage is not free matchmaking. So he then admits that he should have been more transparent and honest about not liking Emily from the start. Brendan still maintains that he was just protecting her. Fine. I wrote down it's hard to feel sorry for Brendan because instead of leading her on, you really should have just told her you don't like her. I think if he would have said that from jump, we could have avoided a lot of this. Orion said that he was hoping that he and Lauren could find a way to be civil towards each other. He said, but they kept missing the mark. I don't understand where Orion and Lauren went wrong after they separated. Orion, you didn't want to be married to her anymore. You could not get past certain things that she said, certain things that she did. You didn't want to try, right? Y'all separated. You kept contacting her. You kept showing up talking to her. You kept saying that you wanted to work things out with her. You wanted to get to a friendship level. And I really wish that Kevin would have asked Orion why he kept doing that. Was it to stay on the show, or was it because you thought that that's what you should have done? But I thought that was weird too. I thought that was super weird. So we then have Cameron, who said that he had the receipts. Cameron pulls out an EKG. He then went on to say that his condition is not hereditary, and that this is purely stress induced, and that because it happened right after they decided to separate, that his condition basically came from him having a broken heart. Cameron, you can kiss the blackest part of my ass with that bullshit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because how is this you having a broken heart when you say later in the episode that y'all just, or later in the episode you say y'all just didn't like each other, and even in the first part of the reunion, you said that y'all didn't like each other. You also said that this was something that y'all kind of came up with. Y'all decided when y'all were going to get a divorce. Y'all decided what y'all were going to argue about. Cameron, you said this out of your own mouth. So if these are all things that y'all put into play, that y'all put into practice, a plan that you spelled out verbatim, like to the T, how did you suffer from a broken heart? You were never, like, I don't, that doesn't make sense to me. And I feel, that's why I feel like Kevin Frazier, I want, let me not call her Rudy. I want Keisha Knight Pulliam to start hosting their reunion. Let's let Kevin Frazier do the after party, and let's let Keisha do the reunion. Because the difference in Keisha and K-Frame, Kevin Frazier doesn't ask a lot of like follow-up probing questions. So if Kevin Frazier did the after party, I think it would be a lot lighter and entertaining because it won't be as heavy. And if Keisha did the reunion, I think we would have gotten deeper into a lot of these things. But this is Cameron getting caught in a lie. I don't know if anybody caught that. I don't know if anybody caught that. So the guys leave the stage, and now Cameron is saying how, oh my God, I can't take any more medication. I'm just tapped out. Oh my God, this was so hard to do. I can barely handle this. I can't handle when everyone comes back out. And I'm like, Cameron, what couldn't you handle in the guys segment? Granted, I know this is edited, but what couldn't you handle? There was no pushback, there was no opposition. You literally put out an EKG, and you said that your condition is from a broken heart. A broken heart with a woman that you don't even like, that you didn't like. You made that very clear that from week 1 or from the second day of the honeymoon, she was not what you asked for, and you didn't like her. You said that. You said that on the first part of the reunion. So now he wants to go lay down. He's scared of what's to come in the group scenes. Let me tell y'all this. I think that Cameron and then Austin, who apparently got the shits now, I think Cameron and Austin are both not built for the scheme that they concocted. I think when the guys all got together, when the ladies all got together, and everybody came up with these schemes that we're going to try to beat the system, I think that Cameron just did not have the heart to do it. And I think Austin didn't have the heart to do it. So, not even the heart, I'm going to say the balls. They didn't have the balls to do it. So, the fact that, no, balls is not the right word either. They're just not built for that. Some people are not built to lie and scheme and still be able to keep it all together. And I think that those two gentlemen are just not built for it. Cameron thought he was big and bad, but he wasn't, and that's why now he's crying at the reunion, and he can't believe it. And like, you can see he can't even keep a straight face during some of the stuff that he's saying. Not saying that Claire is not without fault, but if you pay attention to the way that Cameron is talking about a lot of things, coupled with the fact that he wanted to try again with her, it's not making sense. It's not making sense. So Cameron leaves. So now the guys, so now we have a group scene where I'm not Brennan, it's just Brennan, Orion, and Michael. Okay? So Brennan wants to take accountability for not expressing his full truth. He apologizes to Emily. Instead of this heifer just saying, I accept it, she says, I don't believe you. She said that he likes to fake apologize when he is in a group setting. And it's just like, at this point, Emily, what does it matter? What does it matter? Just say, I accept your apology, or if you don't accept it, then don't accept it. But to keep going on and on and on and on and on about this is crazy. So, Emily, she appreciates Emily appreciates Brennan for then taking accountability for whatever he is saying that he's taking accountability for. Emily then said that it's not fair that no one is believing Claire. So Claire gives this speech and she's talking about all the different things, whatever the case. Who cares at this point? Because I feel like Claire is really working my last nerve. Again, you don't want to be with him. None of these couples want to be together. So why are we even still screeching and fighting? And, why are we now blood bosom buddies about all of this? It just doesn't make sense to me. So Emily tries to like get big with, swollen the chest with Kevin. And she's like, you're digging and digging and you're not giving her grace. And Kevin was like, what are you even talking about? So Kevin is really on some, what are you, who's doing that? Emily feels that Kevin is disrespecting Claire. And I was with Kevin. You are the disrespectful one. You're the one that disrespected the show. You disrespected the experts. You disrespected the viewers. You disrespected production. So the audacity of Emily, right, to come and be like, "Well, you're disrespecting Claire because we're not buying into her sob story." Claire is not the victim here. She's just not. So then Brendan said that he was turned off by Emily's, not Em, yeah, turned off by Emily's friends saying she's selfish, she likes one night stands, the fact that she does not know where her money goes. We find out that she lied about making more money than him. And he held in all his negative feelings towards her. This goes back to what we have saying for seasons. Stop having these couples during their honeymoon, I mean during their reception, meet each other's friends and families, because we have friends and families who, like Emily's, that did trash her and say these negative things about her. Or remember Chris from I'm a good person season, that, kept saying that he likes to argue and he's this and he's that. We always run into these situations. And I think once we stop doing that, let these people get married, send these people on their honeymoon the next day, let them mingle with the couples for a day or two, and send these people back to the shared apartment, and then they can start to, after they've been together for maybe 2 weeks, then they can start to incorporate, let's bring, the parents over for lunch. Let's bring some friends over for a housewarming. But the way that they're doing it, they are setting these people up. And it's also kind of like, if I'm on this show as a friend because my friend got married at first sight, why would I like drag them to their new partner that, has just married them sight unseen? It doesn't make sense. So Brendan was turned off about this. So now Emily's crying because she's embarrassed. Um, Becca then asks, could you see how that would drive somebody crazy to Brendan? He rolls his eyes because he's like, he doesn't care. Brendan was more concerned about his feelings. I didn't like her, so I had to get through this the best way possible while still making myself look good. Emily, in turn, you knew this man didn't like you. For you to stay around because you just wanted to stay married, you just wanted to stay on the show. This is the women's fault just as much for going along with these stupid plans. So Brendan gets irritated. He's rolling his eyes. He then said that he was scared to be honest because he thought they would get a divorce right away. Lauren points out a lot of this just comes back to the fact that Brendan kept saying divorce is not an option, divorce is not an option, divorce is not an option. So you forced yourself to stay in this marriage when you really didn't have to. So now Emily's crying and saying she wished that he would have told her those things. Emily, I wish that you would have picked up on context clues. But here we are. Here we are. So Orion and Lauren. I don't even know why we need to have these two come out, but we have their segment. So they talk about this whole sex conversation. Remember, Lauren talked about how she had sex 2 months prior, and Orion said that took sex off the table. He basically slut shamed her. Orion said that he can't recall his thoughts in the moment. I'm sorry, but I feel like when I think back of like big situations that have happened, big arguments I've had with people, I'm always able to recall what I was thinking and feeling in that moment. He's not able to recall that. He said that he came into this process very fully and wholly, and wholly with a W, whole, and he said that that was the reason why he abstained from sex for whatever amount of time that he did. I think is the moment he signed up. Lauren, on the other hand, abstained from sex or anything of the sort once she found out that she was picked for the show. So it's basically kind of the same thing. He apologized for judging her, said that he messed up the conversation. And what this showed is that Orion was picking fights with her. He was picking arguments because he was upset after the conversation with the racial slurs. So instead of him just being honest about it, he started to pick arguments with her. Lauren believes that his apology is genuine. She then goes on to say that it does not take away from the hurt and the confusion that she felt that night and the shame. You slut shamed her on national television. Orion said that he believes he gave up too early in the process. So Kevin Frazier was like, "Do you believe you gave up early in the marriage?" And he said, "No." Lauren points out that the process and the marriage for him are two totally different things. Remember earlier on the part one of the reunion, Lauren pointed out that Orion was saying how he was going to use his platform for, to show the world indigenous people in their element, or whatever the case, however he phrased it. So he just maintains that he never gave the process or the marriage a try. The way that he kept saying the word separate got on my nerves too. The marriage was the process. The marriage was the process. And that just kind of shows that Orion didn't come on this show for a marriage. He came on this show to be a part of the process. So Lauren is sad about the partner she was matched with. She said that Orion just was not ready for marriage. And she said that's fine because you don't know what you are truly ready for until you're in it. She doesn't care if they have a friendship. She wishes him nothing more than what he deserves. I just kind of feel like I don't understand Lauren's vitriol about this. Y'all should be past this. You keep saying that you don't regret anything, you're happy, whatever the case. I don't understand the animosity that Lauren has for Orion. The way that man treated you, girl, why do you care? Why do you care? On the flip side, we know that Orion has been trying to gaslight you this entire time. Be more mad at yourself for falling for it than anything else. Orion thinks that they were matched correctly, thinks that it could have worked had he stayed in the process. Lauren does not think that they were equally yoked, so she disagrees. She won't answer if she's dating or not because she ain't dating nobody. Or, hell, it might be that she's really dating Michael. We don't know. Or she ain't dating nobody. And then Orion said that he is seeing somebody, and Orion is lying. Orion is lying. I am very, very confident that he's lying. He ain't dating nobody. So then we have the experts and the ladies come out. The experts are salty they got played, right? They feel much like we do. Dr. Pia wants to know how could the experts have helped more. Becca said, expecting them to know that they would have been, expecting them to know, that they would have been that it would have been the right move for them to reach out to the experts in a high pressure situation. She wishes the experts would have expressed that more to them. Becca, you sound stupid. You sound stupid. That is literally the goal of y'all having the experts. Pastor Cal wants to know who was the ringleader. Claire said it was Cameron. Said that Cameron was not doing what he should have been doing as a husband, as a man. Pastor Cal feels like, why wouldn't you tell us this so I can talk to these men and pull them to the side? Dr. Pia mentions how, the women are basically adding fuel to each other's fires by way of this support. Because Emily was like, we sit down together, we watch the episodes together, we reassess. And I'm like, I'm glad Dr. Pia says something. Whatever y'all got, this sister circle that y'all got where y'all sit around and y'all burn y'all bras and shit while y'all watch the episode, it's not helping y'all heal. Y'all are amping each other up. Y'all are getting each other all riled up. And that's why we are still here. Even though all of y'all have decided to be divorced, y'all are still here just as hurt as if y'all were still inside the marriage. So Dr. Pia encourages solo healing journeys. Emily rolled her eyes and looked like she was upset about that. Get your asses away from each other. Get away from each other. So Emily kept making faces this whole time. Whatever. The experts then talked to the guys. So Austin has come back. He done shaved his beard off. Why? So what did you go? What? The way that bothered me, because someone told me he needed to go refresh, relax, and release and lay down. Since when do people get to leave to go take naps? Again, these men, Cameron and Austin, just could not take the heat. And I think it's because there is some truth, not saying full truth, but there is some truth to what Claire and Becca are saying, and they can't take it. So Dr. Pepper asked Cameron how he thought of this plan and why he convinced everybody to go along with it. Cameron was like, I didn't convince anyone of anything. Dr. Pepper's talking to him very calm. Very calm. Was she accusatory? Sure. But she's talking to him in a very calm manner. She's not yelling. She's not shaming him or anything of the sort. Cameron said that these are all provable lies. He did not plan anything. He then goes on to say that he is ashamed and he starts crying. He said he feels that he has learned nothing in his life. He apologizes for lying to Dr. Pepper and the other experts. This is why I keep telling y'all I don't trust Cameron. Because now Cameron has gone back and forth between he's telling the truth, he's lying, he's telling the truth, this was a lie. So which one is it? Pastor Cal said that if each side is blaming the other, it's confusing. We don't know who to believe. I was Dr. Pepper. She said, I don't care anymore. I'm not trying to figure out who is right or wrong. We're just trying to hear everybody out at this point. Brennan apologizes to Dr. Pia for his behavior in her sessions. Said that he never gave her a chance. He was never open to the process with her. She's happy for that. She accepts the growth. I like when she said, I'm a real clinical psychologist. I'm not just playing one on TV. She does advise everybody, take y'all asses to therapy. Because what y'all did, what y'all schemed, what y'all tried to do, this is not normal. We bring the full group back on stage. Before the ladies walk out, Brennan and Cameron are saying that the girls weren't even friends initially. Apparently, Emily did not like Claire. Brennan said that his biggest regret was the fact that he got Emily to start liking Claire. It's hard for me to believe anything that Brennan says either. Okay, so the girls come out and off rip, they're like, you guys are liars. Don't even look at us. And it's like, why are y'all getting fully undressed when it's not even y'all segments? I, they come out, they doing a lot. Everybody is arguing back and forth and bickering. And again, I just don't understand why. I don't get this. So we start talking about how the double date rumor got started. Cameron is trying to explain. Emily starts crying. What are you crying for? Emily starts crying. Claire said that Brennan was sleeping with other people. Brennan said that the women are all coordinated. They're the ones that's lying because now he's parroting what Cameron said earlier about the ladies all being dressed. So he's like, we're not here coordinating. You guys are all coordinating. You're lying. There is a difference between the women all wearing a color and if they had come out in the same damn dress, right? So Lauren said the color of their dresses has nothing to do with scheming or anything of the sort. She said the dresses and them coming out in solidarity and saying that their husbands all suck is a separate issue. So, of course, Cameron is over there. What? Cameron really be on his Donald Trump with the faces he be making. Those are the faces he gives me. So she told Cameron, your bewildered looks don't fly with me. So Cameron says, so you can't take a little jab when everything you say is a jab. So that also tells me that Cameron just be saying stuff because he feels attacked. He feels attacked. Why? Because he can't take that they all went along with this scheme. And I don't know if it's guilt or if he didn't think that it would blow up like this. I don't know. So Lauren told him basically, quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. I'm not the one or the two. And if you speak Blackanese like I speak Blackanese, you know what that means. Quit playing with her, Lauren, Cameron. You see, Cameron shut that ass up after that too. Cameron starts telling the story again, and Emily interrupts him. And I was with Lauren. Let him tell the damn story. Stop interrupting him every 10 words. This is, according to Cameron, this is the story. Because Brendan said everything can't be a lie. Everything everybody is saying, as far as I'm concerned, is a lie. Everything you say is a lie, Brendan. Everything Clara says is a lie. All of y'all are liars. Okay? So Cameron said that him and Brendan were hanging out. Both of them in this moment felt that their marriages were plainly over. Both of them feel from their perspective that the marriages were over. Not that they're not saying that they had definitely decided to separate with the ladies at this point, but to them, their perspective, the marriages were over, right? Plainly over. So they saw two women there, and Cameron said to Brennan, hey, in a few months, we'll be able to go out with those two as a double date. Cameron then went on to say that's just his sense of humor. Whatever the case, nothing ever happened. They never approached the women. I'll say this. When you're married, when you're in a relationship with someone, to say that in a couple months we can go out on a double date with somebody, yes, it's foul. It's foul. But I also feel like the way Emily and Claire were saying it is as if the two of them were planning to go out on a date. But again, I don't know who to believe, and quite frankly, I don't care. So Emily comes back and it's like, I'm just going to sit here silently. So Kevin is like, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. Like, and he's saying it kind of like, feel free to to leave the stage. Take some time for yourself. She once again gets snippy. I'm here because I want to be here. I'm sick of everybody. My notes stopped there because I was over it. I'm over it. They go around talking about what they learned. And I feel like they're still taking shots. They're still taking shots at each other. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. That's the end of the episode for me. That's when I stopped paying attention. Next week, we're going to see that, I guess, Chloe is beefing with Lauren. Lauren and Michael, I guess, are dating, or they're trying to see what's what with it. Chloe feels that she said some of the girls had burner accounts talking shit about her on her Instagram. Throw the whole show away. Throw the cast away. These are all awful, awful, awful people. Thanks for a terrible season. Nonetheless, if you guys have made it this far, thank you. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. I will catch you guys in the comment section. Peace.